Companions, last time I took my story to where Manjolo and I crossed into Angola at Babwata, and we were on this little sand track northwards towards Jamba. Now, a word about Jamba. Jamba is no more than a little bush village, but it is the largest one in the southeast of Angola. And Manjolo said there was some army and police units stationed there. So it's like a regional center. And as such, it's a little spot of middle world. During the Civil War years, it was the headquarters of Jonas Savimbi's UNITA movement. But after the South African government withdrew its support for UNITA when apartheid ended, the alliance of the MPLA and the Cubans and the Russians became too strong for UNITA, and they came a bit short. And Savimbi is now dead. Manjolo says he knew him personally and he committed suicide. I can't confirm that, but it's probably true. And today UNITA is still an active political movement. Now, my original plan was not to go to Jamba all the way, but to turn east somewhere along the sand track and head southeast towards the Kwando River. But Manjolo said no, he thought it's much better if we went past Jamba and then turned north towards the Luyana River, because he knows of a place there that is pristine and has lots of game. Now, I had to go along because the best information I had was from Google Maps. So we were on this track towards Jamba. Now, the track was a sand track and winding, as I'd said before, and it was hard work to drive, because any one of you that have actually ever been on a track like that will know that you get thrown around quite a lot, even at the 8 to 10 kilometers that you're able to maintain. And it's very important to keep the vehicle under good control and not to lose momentum, because the moment you lose momentum, you get stuck. And of course, then it takes time to get out. But what was good about the track is I noticed quite a lot of game sign as we went along. Elephant, sable, hartebeest, buffalo even. So, and it gave me confidence about where we were going. Now, sort of midway through the afternoon, Manjolo said, no, we must stop now, and we must pull off the road. We must wait until it's dark before we approach Jamba. Now, I eventually managed to piece together that the reason for this is that he didn't want anybody to see us passing through Jamba, because he says they are the crooks. Now, I assume he was referring to the police and the army, perhaps, or the officials there. So we pulled off the track into the bush for a bit, and there we settled ourselves. I took out my chair and my diary, and we had a good 4 or 5 hours to pass before it was late enough for the people in Jamba to be asleep by the time we got there. Now, I had lots of time to think about the last few days now. I realized that I actually hadn't processed what had happened to me over this period. The arrest, the incarceration, the trial, all of that. And I realized that I didn't actually have closure on it. So I spent the time to process this in my mind. And it helped me to write down in my diary my thoughts and emotions. So if you're interested, I might share some of it with you at some point. Be that as it may, at around 10 o'clock, we set off again. And we passed Jamba to the south along a little track that was barely visible, but Manjolo knew of. And then we continued northeast. And by about 11 o'clock, I got so tired from this driving, because I'd driven since about 7 o'clock that morning, and a large part of it was on the sand track. I said to Manjolo, we really have to rest now. So we went a bit into the bush, and we spread a tarpaulin, and the two of us crashed and we slept. Now I'll take the story forward from there next time. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. Join me again for the next story, and good luck in the meantime.